I'm Paedra Bramhall. Transgendered as obvious. I'm very comfortable with who I am these days. I'm honored and proud to be a native Vermonter. I was born and raised on the land which I actually own now. And I've been an artist up here for 40 years. The work in this show is a continuum of 40 years of work. Some people will know me for my blown glass, which I started back in 1970. And from there, I blew glass professionally for more than 40 years. And they will wonder, what the hell am I doing making two-dimensional work? Any artist to grow has to expand. They have to dream, and I dream a lot. The work has progressed from the blown glass to very large bronze sculpture to an incredible, very sexy show at Fran Bold's Gallery in the Field in Brandon 3 years ago. And then all of a sudden, this old lady found the computer. And I'm like a kid in a candy store. A lot of you may wonder how old I am. I'm 69 years old. And it shows that a senior citizen can have fun. And I'm having a lot of fun. The work which I do has many levels of meaning. Because I look at sensuality, sexuality in a very positive sense, not in a negative sense, as part of who we are. I play with that. I play with the double standards that are so evident in our society. Male, female, what is appropriate, what is not appropriate. I guardian a right of an individual to object to work, but I do not guardian the right of someone to make a law and say this work is obscene or this work should not be shown, or throw this person in jail because of the work that is being done. That's not what art is about. Art is about asking questions, and I ask questions with my work.
Right.
The title of this show is Parallel Universes, Transfigured Collages. And what that means is there are many levels of being, both internal and external. And I seek and look at both of those. This image here, which is a main key part of the whole exhibition, is titled Conception 1. It's 86 inches by 66 inches in size. It could be a universe out there. It could be part of the string theory of parallel universes. The flip side of that is it could be inside our own bodies. It could be inside our own minds. Where is the context? And those are questions which I constantly ask. I ask them not only of the words which I just used, but this is very central. All the images here come from a picture of a woman's hip and fishnet stockings and a woman's breast. There's nothing else in that image beyond what I just said. There's a series of images. Why don't you give me a book? There's a series of images that I set a problem for myself. And I've ended up with using just those two subjects as starting points. And so far I've ended up with our 49 collages are based on that. And I don't see an ending to using that subject matter. This is a book which I created just for this exhibition. It's called Conception. All the work in it, all the layout, I did myself. The book is a limited signed edition of 100, after which I probably will not sign anymore. They are here at the gallery, are for sale. And again, there are 49 images, like smelling daisies. I said I should talk about color. I don't like color. I absolutely don't. I mean, there's no color in this one. It's all black and white, and what you're seeing on the camera is made up. It's computer generated. Yes, it is computer generated, and that's the neat thing. I was computer illiterate about 4 or 5 years ago, and I found a tool that makes it possible for me to create almost at the speed my mind works. I was over at the carving studio in West Rutland and talking with a gentleman about the touch of the hand and the touch of the tool on marble. And I very quietly said to that person, you know, if Michelangelo could have created the Pietà in 20 minutes by way of a computer, he would have. And the reason for that is that he could have done thousands more incredible work. As it was, he had who knows how many people working for him. And it was incredibly important. It was incredibly important that he did. Because an artist can only do so much work. It takes a long time to create a piece by hand. The computer has given me that freedom. There's a big fountain on my website that I worked on for 3.5 years. Weighs about 4,000 pounds in bronze. Of that 3.5 years' time, maybe 2 weeks of that time was really creative work. With this work, I can work almost at the speed my mind works. There's two real contrasts here. Miss Wilde is a fun, sensual, exuberant burst of sexuality and life. She's there. And a neat thing in the printing, Edward Loading up in Brandon has done all my printing for me. He's a phenomenal artist in his own right. He's a master printer. He prints on a Roland Symphony 1272 12-color printer. I believe it's one of the very few of its kind here in the country, if not the only one. And he's mentored me an incredible amount. When he first saw this on the screen, it was kind of voyeuristic. And he wrote me back, and I haven't got the quote in front of me, I should read it for you, that all of a sudden now she's there, and you're either comfortable with her or you're not. I guardian again your right not to be comfortable. But art is about incredible sensuality and sexuality. The flip side of that, I don't know if I'm getting out of your camera, this is Ice Canyon. In small streams and rivers, when it's cold during the winter, you have a layer of ice, and underneath that ice are what I call stalactites and stalagmites of ice coming down. This section right here was probably about that high, about that wide. All of this came from underneath the ice. The water, the flowing, this is the movement of the water. And again, the mind alive and playing and finding juxtapositions between hard and soft and going into the computer and just being a kid. And hey, at 69, I can be a kid, and whoever else is watching, or I toss this out to you very humbly, so find the kid in you, because that kid is sacred in all that we do. What we have here are all the images that are in the book. Are conception one. Yeah, and I say "are" a lot. No sense of humor either, of course. I put these up on the wall so that people could see the whole progression through that. An artist set problems for themselves. That's how they grow. That's how they push out their own envelopes. Some artists push out more envelopes than others. You can make up your own mind about it. There's 49 of these here. These 3 right here were done when I started creating the book. I had let go of that series of images back towards the end of the summer. And then when I started doing the book again, it regenerated the excitement. And right now, I don't see an ending to this series. Working with just 2 images is a real challenge because, I mean, how many places can you use a picture of a breast and a picture of a hip? And again, I want to go back to the book. Yeah, I'm giving a sales pitch. This was a neat challenge for me. I'd never created a book before. And tonight at the opening, I will sign and date, and our, what's the word, 2 people. When you sign something for people?
Autograph?
Autograph?
Dedicate.
Or any book which a collector chooses. So that's what the conception books are all about. This is an earlier piece, and on the invitation, I used this piece. This is our Dreams in Red Blend here. It's a quite personal piece. It goes back to my conundrum in some ways of being transgendered. I work in many different levels in my work. Some are very soft, some are harsh, some are even angry. But the anger is positive anger. It's not negative anger. There is a difference. And that's why I am who I am. My cup is more than half full and has never been half empty. Fran Bull honored me at Gallery in the Field 3 years ago with the use of her gallery for an incredible installation, our Paedra exposed. This Bente Jorgensen, who's executive director here, I've known for probably 30 years. Incredibly dear friend. She's taken AVA from a one-room, tiny gallery that was on the second floor in an alley in Hanover to this incredible jewel here in the Upper Valley. And people, if you don't know of this place, you damn well should. It is a jewel. As an artist, I think I can safely say that there is no other exhibition space outside of a university or college that is comparable to this space. Going back to Fran, she wrote a longer piece that is in the dedication or in the book, in the foreword of the book, than I can really read easily here. But what I do want to read is what Karen Wolf wrote after reading Fran's introduction. It is as follows. Thanks so much for sharing this. You're right. You're right. The writer clearly gets you. There is joy in this work, real joy, not based purely in the realm of fantasy. As artists, much of what we do resides in dreams and otherworldliness, but your work is centered in tangible joy of the now. And that is a gift to your viewers, a gift Fran Volk understands. Cheers and joy, and I mean every word. Happiness and joy are rare commodities in these dark days. Your work speaks to the light. Karen Wolf. Karen, I thank you.